All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm here with Brad Lee out of Las Vegas, dropping bombs. Brad Lee, I've been on his show a while back where we talked about the pederasses and the stuff that happens within Hollywood. Got a lot of views, and it really catapulted, my show really on YouTube. So I want to return the favor, Brad, and have you on my show. And we're going to talk about your book, The Hard Way, which I saw you reading a chapter of it, and I want you to read it on my show as well. It hit home with me. It really struck a nerve, and I just want to say, man, I think what you're doing is I commend what you're doing completely.
Well, thanks, buddy. Damn, appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I get started, though, let me knock out a commercial real quick, bro. All right, Health with Nino. Our appearance plays a huge role in our overall satisfaction with life. Unfortunately, tons of anti-aging companies take advantage of that. Many of the products these companies promote, however, fall short. Luckily, there's an alternative that has truly worked for me. It's called Health with Nino. This works because it supercharges my collagen intake. It is the perfect solution for promoting skin elasticity and overall youthful look. With this multi-collagen, you're getting key nutrients your body needs to keep you looking and feeling young and vibrant. If you want to combat wrinkles, you'll love Health with Nino. Get 51% off or hit the link below, folks. Hit the link below. This is going to make it on Fluff, too, because we're not going to be talking about anything too controversial. But, man, thanks, Brad, for joining me.
Dude, my pleasure, buddy. How you been?
Good, man. And I remember when I was out there in Vegas and saw your studio, dude. You have a legit studio. It's beautiful, man. You're right there in Las Vegas. And the Dropping Bomb studio is pretty damn cool.
Why, thank you, sir. Why, thank you. Need to come back one of these days.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to. So I've been seeing a lot of your videos, and I drop in every now and then to see what you're talking about, and it's all about success, keys to success, how to make money, financial success. But what really got me was just recently I saw that you wrote a book called The Hard Way.
Yeah. Right here.
Can we take a look at that? The Hard Way, so you don't have to. And that's the whole point of the book, is that basically what you're saying is let other people learn the hard way. Because my book, When the Lights Go Out, it's basically nothing but that, all tragedies and travesties that happened in my life, and I just did not learn. I kept hitting my head on the same stone, tripping over the same stone, and I just did not learn. And when you read that chapter, the first chapter, I listened to it and I was like, man, that really hits home with me, man. So what compelled you to write this book?
My whole mission in life since I developed this technology, Lightspeed technology, is to get the knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. Because I think the reason why people fail, is because they don't have the right information. So I am pretty lucky. I get to meet a lot of people, a lot of thought leaders, a lot of subject matter experts, a lot of, very successful individuals. So I decided that I wanted to, start helping that knowledge get to the normal person that needs it or wants it. So I've just always been about that. And so, I have some knowledge myself. So I thought, dude, I don't want to be a hypocrite. So I better start giving out my knowledge. So I just put pen to paper and wrote The Hard Way. It's literally called Lessons I've Learned the Hard Way, so you don't have to.
No, I love that.
The funny thing about the book, David, is people are going to learn this shit one way or the other, right? Don't buy my book. You're still going to learn this shit, brother. You're still going to learn this shit. The question is how much is it going to cost you and how long is it going to take you to finally realize this is the operations manual if you want to live a freaking kick-ass life. I dropped out of high school. I'm working on businesses. I have a portfolio approaching 9 figures. I couldn't have done it without knowing what I know. And that's what's in this book. It's just, and some people read it and they're like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And it's changing my life. And I say, oh, thanks. And then some people read it and they're like, well, dude, what's crazy is, a lot of those are just common sense.
Right. And what I believe in this is that what I've learned with success and failure is that to be successful, whether you're learning the easy way or the hard way, you have to have the attitude and belief system in place. You have to believe you're going to get through it. You have to believe you can do it. If you don't believe it, and if your attitude sucks, you're going to fall short. And that's how it is in boxing. When I was a heavyweight champion, I always believed I was going to knock the motherfucker out. I just knew I was going to connect, and I did, and I would connect. And that's it. No matter how hard the fight was, no matter how tough the fight was, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round, I knew I was going to connect with that left hook, and I did. But it was a belief system, and it was an attitude. You agree with that?
100%. I mean, you're never going to outperform your own self-image.
Right. And the another video I saw you put out there was change everything. Okay. And I saw this and I was like, damn, bro. I mean, that also hit home for me, because there's nothing truer than that. If you're failing at all things, you're financially, you're dealing with a lot of poverty, you're poor, you're not getting ahead in life, fucking change everything. And that's what I did. I quit drinking. I sobered up. I got my life together. I turned back to God, and I started changing everything. So 2 of your videos that I've seen really hit home with me, Brad.
Well, you should see the rest of them, David.
I saw you do a little bit of comic stand-up too, man.
Oh, yeah. You must be looking at my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there. So I've been checking that out. Yeah.
If anybody wants to see what he's talking about, go to bradlee.tv, and Lee spelled Lea. People say, is that Leah? I say, I don't know. Do you drink Tia? But anyway, yeah, I mean, dude, listen, the belief system is what causes you to do what you do. And what you do causes you to get what you get. So if you want to just like get rid of all the rocket science and, keep it simple for everyone to understand, if you want to change what you're getting, you got to change what you're doing. And if you want to change what you're doing, you have to change what you believe. And if you want to change what you believe, you have to get new information. Keyword being new information. It can't be the same dipshits, same headlines, same bullshit as before. You got to get new information to consider. And then that causes you to start to think. And then next thing you know, your beliefs change, which cause your actions to change. And then it causes your results to change. So it's like, dude, this is so easy. How come everyone doesn't understand? Pick up a damn book every day and read 20 pages. Get some new information. I'm not talking about freaking reading a shampoo bottle while you're sitting on the shitter, man. I'm talking about seek, brother, some information, new information. Zig Ziglar, John Maxwell, you, me, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, the list goes on and on and on. Read biographies, read stories of how things were built and how things were done, and philosophical books and religious books, and like read and get that information. Listen, if you don't like to read audible books or podcasts, but man, seek new information. It'll cause you to change your beliefs, and then your beliefs changing will cause your actions to change, believe it or not. And then next thing you know, your results will change.
Right. And, like when I quit drinking, I've been sober now for 2 years. I think I was sober when I went on your show as well.
You were.
And so I'm 2 years now. And
we should have a drink to celebrate.
Oh, you're a bad influence. No. But I'll tell you, when I get out to Vegas, we'll discuss that. No. So I'm still 2 years, sober. And one thing that I noticed about that was I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends that were my drinking buddies, whatever, but I gained new friends. I have a whole new peer structure now. I had to, what you said, change everything. And I did change everything. And my life changed dramatically. You step into a new frequency. What's that?
You believe differently now.
Yeah, 100%. I will never go back to that life, because I know what it brought me. It brought me a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, a lot of turmoil, and I didn't know why. I was always the victim. I was like, man, why does my life suck? Why can't I fucking make $1 doing this? Why does this have to happen? Why do I keep hitting my head on the same stone?
Yeah.
I cut out the bad habit of drinking. I changed my friends. I had to, because they just fell off. When you step into a new energy, it's like a vacuum. When you get rid of a vacuum is created. You have to step into a new energy and replace it. Well, I met new people. I met people along the Patriot community, successful people. And that's another thing, Brad, is that when I got rid of the old friends, I noticed I started bringing in more successful people that do more in life. That's what I was attracting. There's a different kind of energy.
That's right. Different kind of vibration, different kind of belief. And it boils down to 3 things, man. If somebody's listening to this and they're like, dude, I just want to succeed somehow. Well, focus on 3 things. Number 1, your mindset. Number 2, your skill set. And number 3, your habits. If you've got the mindset correct and the skill sets that you need and the right habits, dude, ain't nobody stopping you this year, next year, ever. But you just have to realize that is how simple it is. Folks, this isn't rocket science out here. I dropped out of high school at 16 years old because my dad kicked me out of the house for not mowing the lawn when I said I would. So basically, I'm running around with my friends. I'm thinking, shit, I don't need to go to school. So I drop out of school. Everyone said, oh, you're going to be a loser. You'll never amount to shit. You need a college degree. My whole family's like, I'm some sort of freaking, juvenile delinquent that's just going to grow up to be some freaking loser. Well, dude, I'm the most successful person in our family, literally.
Probably giving them all jobs as well, right?
Huh?
Probably giving people in your family jobs as well, right?
Yeah, a few of them. But I mean, like, I'm from a blue collar family where everybody thinks hard work and, coming home tired and blistered is the answer. And anytime you bring up money, they get all butthurt about it because they don't have any and they don't know how to make it. So instead of just saying, hey, how do I make some? Oh, it's not all about money. Well, who first of all, with money, you can be way more powerful as an individual. So no, it's not.
It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom to do what you want to do in life.
Yeah. So it's not all about money, but guess what, folks? Money's pretty damn important. And if you just quit fighting it and acting like it's a bad thing and start focusing on it, you'll start to get more of it. And that might include getting rid of negative people. First thing you do is understand one thing. Relationships is the new currency. Like relationships is the new economy. It's who do you know and who knows you. I'll make probably $100 million extra dollars this year. I'm hoping that's a projection. Extra, David, because of my personal brand.
Yeah, your brand is huge. And, I knew when I went on your show, I was like, man, this is a good spot.
Everybody can have a personal brand though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody have one? Why doesn't everybody put on social media videos and thoughts and opinions? You know what they are? They're worried. They're worried about what this person's going to think or what that person's going to think. And it's like, dude, that's part of the wrong mindset. That's what I mean. Like you have to get your mindset to a place where you understand relationships are key. And the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself.
But don't you think they have to reprogram themselves because they're programmed from school in these indoctrination camps to, get up every morning at 5 a.m., everything, go to school, get a job, get married, it's like a systematic response. They're programmed to do this. And they think working for the man is the answer.
They also programmed to fear rejection and fear failure when that's part of the recipe, man. Like it's almost like you want to make a cake, but you don't want to touch the sugar and the eggs. Like
that's what builds character. That's what builds character is failure.
But people are funny, man. They're avoiding the very thing that is what they want. And they avoid it by, thinking that somebody else's opinion of them is matters more than getting what they're really wanting. And another thing is, Mike, a lot of people don't even know what they want. But yeah, that's why I wrote the book, man. It was like, dude, I got a lot of knowledge where if somebody, especially 18 years old, read the book and applied what's in the book, they're going to freaking have a much, much easier life. They're going to have a much more successful life. They're going to have better relationships. And they're going to be a better damn human being. So I owed it to the world to write it. And I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a bitch because like I said, I got portfolio of companies. I'm busy, man. Writing a book takes more time than you think.
I know.
And a lot of people just hire ghostwriters. I'm not, this is every word of this is mine. I didn't allow a ghostwriter to do it because my brand's based on me kind of telling like it is, being real, the real Brad Lee. I was just thinking to myself, man, how would it look if the real Brad Lee had someone else write his book and he stuck his name on it? So it took me a little bit longer than I wanted, but dude, that's why I wrote the book. And if any of you guys are real sharp and you're paying attention closely, you might be thinking what I'd be thinking if I were real sharp and paying attention closely. And that's, wait a minute, Brad, you just basically said you can't worry about other people's opinion. And now you're worried about other people's opinion thinking that you're a scumbag for doing a ghostwriter and claiming you wrote a book when your ghostwriter wrote the book. And that would not be true. Do you know whose opinion I'm more worried about? Mine. See, ethics and integrity, you have to have them.
I agree.
You have to have them. So guess what? When I say I wrote a book, it's because I fucking wrote the book.
Yep, and I agree with you.
Come on, man.
The same thing with me. I wrote my book. I went away to Mexico. I locked myself in this house on the beach, and I wrote the book in a month on my iPhone. I wrote the whole book texting. And you brought up something that really rang true to me, and it was like I noticed, like with my successful friends, and then my friends that are kind of down and out, it's all mentality. It's how they view money. My successful friends see money as like something that's always going to be coming, abundance. They have a positive outlook and abundance mentality. My friends that are down and out and not making much money, they all have, they don't have enough. They're a victim. Money's bad. It's the root of all evil. It's two different perspectives, man. And that's what energy you bring to you. Will you agree with that?
100%, dude. It's all perspective, man. Like there's two kids, one's poor, one's rich. You stuff them in a room, each filled with crap. You come back to the rich kid in an hour, and the rich kid's madder than hell, saying, "Why'd you stick me in a room full of crap? This is unbelievable. I've never been treated this way my whole entire life." You go over to the poor kid's playing, having fun, laughing, smiling, says, "Man, what are you so happy about?" He says, "With all this crap, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere."
I've heard that. Yeah.
And see, at the end of the day, it's like, same situation, two different perspectives.
Absolutely.
One's happy, one's pissed. It's all perspective, man.
It is. And would you mind, man, reading that chapter out of the book? I think the audience would love to hear it, man.
If you're talking about the YouTube video, yeah, someone just picked up a copy and asked me what's my favorite chapter. And I just said, well, here, let me read one. But all I read was the introduction. You want me to read the introduction?
Yeah, read that introduction from my audience, man. I think it's worth listening to.
All right. Well, allow me to get my readers. Okay, here we go now. This is just the introduction. Life is what you make it. I learned that the hard way. It's simple, yet we complicate it. It's easy, yet we make it hard. At least most of us do. The question is why? Why do we seem to put difficulty into living when living is so damn easy? And if you think about it, dude, it is.
Yeah.
I always told myself when I get rich, I'm going to fill in the blank with a million things. I would always think about what I would do and how I would act when I got rich. And technically, I still do, but that's not really germane to my point. Here is what is. After many years of making crucial mistakes and learning everything the hard way, I stumbled upon one of the most valuable lessons I've never learned until much later in life. It's always better to learn from someone else's mistake, period. I wish I knew this when I was younger. I would have saved myself a ton of pain and a lot of money over the years. I, for some reason, had to learn everything the hard way. Anyway, that's why I wrote this book. These are the lessons I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. They say leopards can't change their spots. I say, who gives a shit? I'm not a leopard, and neither are you. People can change, and I have, and so can you, and never forget that. Because the bottom line is, if you want to succeed in life, you must change. Change is inevitable and absolutely necessary to create real success in life. The problem is most people refuse to do it, don't know how, or even realize that it's necessary, which is why most people spend their entire life chasing their dreams and searching for happiness, when in reality, we build our dreams and we choose happiness. I've always been one to question things, especially authority. I never liked being told what to do, how to do it, or what to think. I'm not sure why, I just never liked it. That's why I had to learn the hard way. If you randomly came upon this book, or perhaps a friend gave it to you, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Brad Lee. I've been learning the hard way for my entire life. For whatever reason, I've always had to figure things out for myself, and it cost me dearly. Looking back, the part that pisses me off the most is that I didn't have to pay the prices I paid or waste as much time as I did to learn how to make millions of dollars, build my dreams, become a good human, have great relationships. Trust me, there is no honor in overpaying. I was the type of kid that if you told me the fire was hot, I would have had to get burned to believe you. You would think that after a few times of getting burnt, I would have gotten a little smarter and started to take people's word for it, but that wasn't the case. I spent the next 40 years learning everything the hard way, getting burned over and over again. This includes losing friends, losing money, losing time, losing opportunities, and most of all, losing myself. Regretfully, it did not only cost me, it cost everyone around me. I must admit, I've learned a lot, and everything I've learned, I know to be true. I won't say I regret paying the prices I've paid because it's helped shape who I have become, but I will say that I regret not asking for help, seeking advice, and investing my money more wisely along the way. I guess I was too stubborn, too proud, and too insecure to realize that the solutions and answers I needed were readily available. All I had to do was ask. It took me way too long to understand that. Thankfully, I finally learned that I could avoid many of the costly mistakes, wasted time, pitfalls, scrapes, bumps, and bruises, as well as a few heartaches and divorces, simply by asking for help, seeking advice, and investing money more wisely. Trust me, that is the easy way, and there is no shame in making things easy for yourself. In fact, I highly recommend it. We get taught to believe that life is hard and or unfair, but it's not. Life is what you make it. The goal is to create real success as fast as you can so you can spend most of your life on easy street. To do this, you'll need to learn some things, but ironically, you'll most likely need to unlearn some things first. You'll need to reprogram yourself and reboot the hard drive. It will be uncomfortable and require you to change. So if you're like most people who really don't want to change and give up at the first sign of discomfort, I advise you to close this book and write off the $25 you wasted. However, if you are willing to pay the price, far less than I did, and do what it takes to build your dreams, create real success, and end up with everything you've ever wanted, then read on. I realize there's a certain value and feeling of accomplishment and learning things the hard way, but if you ask me, it's not worth it. According to statistics, you're not going to make it anyway, unless you're extremely lucky, like I am. So why pay such a high price if you don't have to? It's too risky, time consuming, and quite frankly, painful. As long as you learn and end up where you want to be, there is no reason that it needs to be hard. Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. I am fortunate and have many multimillionaire and billionaire friends, clients, and acquaintances that are all happy as hell and living the life of their dreams, and every one of them would agree to this. So that's what this book is about. It's lessons I've learned the hard way, so you don't have to. All I ask is this: if you get any value out of this book, plaster that shit all over the internet.
Absolutely, man. And that's why I wanted to bring...
now I don't, I usually, I just read that and put it on YouTube. So I think that's what you saw, but
yeah, it is what I saw.
This is the next opener for chapter 1, which is Lose Your Patience. Death is the best teacher. The problem is we can't afford the lesson unless you're extremely lucky like I am. See, death is the best teacher. At 2 years old, I drank turpentine and literally was rushed to the hospital and died, and they brought me back. I had to die to learn not to drink turpentine in that analogy, right? If we could learn from freaking all the shit that people have died over, nobody would be dying for those reasons anymore. See what I'm saying? Like learn the shit now, ask for help, seek advice. Like stop believing that you're the only person that knows anything. That was my mistake.
And that, and I can relate to that because in 2011, I died twice. I flatlined twice. They brought me back with a defibrillator, drug overdose, and getting knifed in the throat. And believe me, even after that, I was still doing my shenanigans, and it didn't, really, my life wasn't improving. It was just going downhill. I was going down like a jet airplane, man. And it wasn't until I quit drinking that everything changed, which goes back to what you've said. Change everything. I had to change everything. So, Brad, I want to say thank you, man. There is no shame in the easy way. Thanks for coming on, man. And I hope people go out and get your book. Where can they get your book?
Amazon or wherever they buy books.
Anywhere at Amazon, mainly Amazon. All right, folks. So, hey, Brad, thanks for coming on, man. And when I get out to Vegas, man, maybe I can jump on your show.
Absolutely, bro.
All right,
Peace,
bro.
man. Stay doing what you're doing, man. Love to see it.
Hell yeah. You too, brother. Take care, man.
Peace.
Late.